What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the WARFRAME video. So we got a surprise, mini alert weekend in WARFRAME where we got a double XP event, some alerts, and also DE did announce the next Prime Resurgence, and we got a lot to talk about with that one. So let's get right into it. Before we do, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily WARFRAME video uploads. I appreciate all the support on the recent videos, guys. I'll also be live on stream after this video goes up. With this double XP weekend, or actually not even a double XP weekend, it's a double XP event for 24 hours, I'll be grinding out a lot of weapon leveling because of those new deep archimdean missions for the new update for Dante Unbound. So we still don't have a Dante Unbound release date, but yeah, let's get right in there with what we have today, at least, in WARFRAME, because it should be in March at some point when Dante comes out. Alright, so starting off, we have a double XP day, I guess I'd call it. It's for 24 hours. It started 15 minutes ago. So for right now, this moment, I'm recording this, for 23 hours, 42 minutes, you got double Affinity. That's going to stack with your store-bought Affinity booster, so like this one right here, for 4 times Affinities. You're leveling up your stuff really, really fast. Places to level up stuff quickly, go to Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, you can go to Hydron, you can do a Daro Stealth Farm, there's plenty of places to do it. But I usually just go Elite Sanctuary Onslaught for quick weapons. Hopefully there's a Saren or someone nuking everything for you. But yeah, next day you're going to have double XP. And as far as what's going on in-game beyond the double XP and why we're doing this, it's a charity incentive goal that was reached. Now, as far as the alerts, though, you're going to have these alerts for the next basically all weekend. So it's only double XP for 24 hours, but these alerts are all weekend long. So you've got 5 Universal Medallions for an Exterminate mission, so that's basically 5,000 rep for any Syndicate, if you even remember to turn these in. Mobile Defense mission will give you a fully built Forma, so it's not even a Forma blueprint, that's nice. And then you got Teshin Glyph for doing an Exterminate mission, also 30,000 credits. So you have pretty tame alerts, but hey, you know what? At least it's a fully built Forma for just a mobile defense. Man, that'll be going all weekend. So good job, everyone that was donating for that donation incentive. Let's move on to the unfortunate part, sadly. It's going to be the next Prime Resurgence and a review of that. Now, before we get into this, oh yeah, there's also some new stuff here, I believe, too. New War Tribute Pack. I believe this was not here before. It's been added for Plat into the market. I believe the Deimos bundle as well. If you just search Tribute, yeah, they added some Tribute bundles. So we got the Zeramon Tribute Pack for Plat. I believe this was recently added. You got the New War Tribute Pack. I believe this was cash only when it first came out, I believe. And then the Deimos Tribute Pack. See how I have all this stuff? That's because I bought it for like 20 bucks when it first came out. So it's Plat now for some reason. And yeah, Universal. If you saw this shotgun skin in my Saren video, I use that all the time. I mean, not all the time. Quite often. I didn't even know I had this whip skin. Apparently I have this whip skin. Didn't notice. But yeah, there's some new supporter bundles. But yeah, as far as the Resurgence, the next Resurgence will be Titania and Gar Prime. Yes. And before we get into this, let me just go ahead and show you something that someone on Twitter made about this. And yeah, it is not the Glaive Prime. It's not. How is it not the Glaive Prime? I'll show you how ridiculous this really is if you were looking at this stuff. Now, here's someone on Twitter, user Scaling Code made this. Ember Sicarus Glaive vaulted since January 11th of 2022. Titania, Corinth, Pangolin, like the stuff that we're getting in this next access, was vaulted in March of 2022. So they literally vaulted Titania and brought her back by the time that Ember and the Glaive came back once. So there is definitely some selective choosing here, it feels like, when we're not getting the Glaive, even though they vaulted Titania and brought her back before the Glaive even came out. So yeah, Gara also, I think Gara got vaulted a couple weeks after that, and then it's coming back. Actually, no, Gara was in 2023, so not as big of a deal. But yeah, Gara is already coming back, and the Glaive is not. So that's pretty ridiculous. But let's go over what's in these bundles if you do want to check it out. As you know, there's some pretty decent weapons in there. And Titania Prime, you should definitely have Titania Prime if you don't have her already. So let's get started with the accessories and the weapons. Alright, so for the main prizes of the update, it will the Prime X, it'll definitely be the 2 frames. There's some pretty good frames. For Titania, definitely want to get her #1 priority. You're going to be able to fly through mission with her Razor Wing form, and the Prime version is better than the normal version, as when you're in the Void, and you fly near one of those orb things, if you are a Prime Warframe, you'll get a burst of 200 energy, or I think 250 energy in an area. That does not work for normal frames. So Titania Prime already better for that, and then Titania Prime already has better stats than Titania Normal, so that's great too. As far as her weapons, you got the Corinth Prime shotgun, which is pretty good. It's got a grenade launcher, alt fire mode, and the primary shot is just a hard-hitting crit shot. And her melee weapon is going to be the Pangolin Prime. This thing has extremely high stats. 248 base damage, basically a heavy blade, but really slow attack speed because it's basically a heavy blade. The stats are pretty good too, just the problem is it's really, really slow. So if you want to have a ribbon for this, like attack speed or something, be my guest. But yeah, it can be very hybrid viable. I've used it before in the past, but now that we've got Incarnons, I don't really use non-Incarnons most of the time, to be honest. So get this stuff. Like, all three of them are good. And as far as the accessories, there is a special Arc Wing skin, I believe it's called, the Cicada Prime skin. So let's see what, if you buy the accessories, you can get this. So it's a Universal Arc Wing skin. If you don't have this already, this might be something you want to consider picking up, as it will work on any Arc Wing, I believe. I don't think I have this, but so yeah, maybe I'll get it too. So that's one of the Titania accessories. The other one is her Cyandana, the Gigalium Prime Cyandana, I guess I would say it. And you can link it twice, apparently. Okay, well, let's do the first one. That's the wrong one, actually. I typed it wrong. Are there really two? Why are there two of them? Oh, it's just a similar name. Okay, there's the Gigalore Prime Cyandana and the Gigalium Prime Cyandana. Excuse me. Which one is with Titania? Okay, so this one's with Titania, I think. Yeah, that's the Titania one. Okay. It's not the Gigorlore, it's the Gigorlum. Get it right, dude. So yeah, if you like that, go for it. What's the... I have to see what the other one is now. Oh, man, that's so much worse. Wait, a mini twist on... Oh, so she does have two of them. Okay, now I'm confused, because I was looking at the cosmetic list here. So we got the Gigorlum. So this is Titania Signature, and then a mini version of Titania Signature. I'm assuming that comes with it when you buy it. I never bought it, so I don't actually know. Moving on to Gara. We have the Volnus Prime and the Ascilla Prime with Gara Prime. Now, Gara Prime herself is a very good defense frame, also very good for nuking. But actually, no, she's a lot less annoying to play than she used to be. She used to be really annoying because you have to stand outside her little bubble thing and then blow it up to get the damage stack. Now you can just be inside her glass wall and blow it up with a Shattered Lash to get increased damage. So, massive quality of life for Gara. You no longer need to jump back and forth to play her. So yeah, that's great. And Wrathful Advance, I was trying that out pretty good. For the weapons, though, they're not exactly the most exciting. We got a Volnus Prime that was probably the most underwhelming, disappointing Prime melees ever, because we were in a period of every Prime weapon, every Prime melee that came out was really, really good, like the best in class. Then this came out as a side grade to the Volnus. I was so sad about that. I think a lot of people were sad about that, but yeah, here it is. It's still here, and it's still a weapon for sure. It's just not the best. It still is. Mostly slash weighted with decent hybrid stats, but a 1.8 multiplier is pretty bad. And then also we have other hammers that are better than this, and I think it's like the Archititron just straight up better than this. I'm trying to remember what. Yeah, I mean, look at those stats. Like basically every stat's just better besides the attack speed. So a lot faster attack speed technically. There's other good hammers too. So I wouldn't really recommend maxing this one out. I don't think it's really worth it. Still, a Prime on the other hand is pretty good. I don't know if I'd say worth maxing that one out either, but it's a glass like shrapnel launcher shotgun with exploding shot. Not a huge exploding shot, like 2.4 meters with this build, but yeah, I like Gara. I don't think she's like as needed as Titania, but she's still good. So as far as her accessories, there's a special ephemera with this one called the Catena Prime Ephemera, and we also got the Castellan Prime Cat Armor. So if you think this stuff is cool, I mean, be my guest. I'm not really super into it. Cat armor is going to be very spiky, so very bladey and spiky if you like that kind of stuff. I think there's also a gene masking kit too to make your cats like different fur patterns. There's your ephemera, so it's some floating around like crystals basically. Looks like the No Man's Sky logo a little bit. So yeah, like a prism basically. So if you think that looks cool, I find this one very distracting. I would probably never buy this one myself. But some people do like this one a lot. Sometimes I find that ephemera very distracting. So that is your mini news drop, guys. You have a double XP going right now, so you can level up those crappy weapons for deep archimedians. You can go. I mean, if you don't want to do that, you don't need to level that stuff up. You can just go level things up for like mastery for I guess. You got some alerts, and you got the next Prime Resurgence. It's not glaive. I guess they're actively choosing to not make it glaive. So put another month on the calendar, another month of maybe it will be next month for the glaive. So there's definitely something afoot here. It's on purpose at this point because they've literally vaulted Titania and brought her back. Same with Gara before the glaive came back. So let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments down below. I'll see you on stream very soon, and I appreciate your support. Take it easy, guys. Bye.